Hey everybody, it's a radically righteous pal Numerous N here, back with another LEGO set review. Now I know I already did one, but since Spider-Man's back in the MCU now, I figured since I also have this set, I go ahead and review it. It's not MCU based, it's the comic book based set. And you guys have already kind of seen it before. I really didn't want to review it because, to be honest, it's not a good set, but the only real reason why I got it was for at least the minifigs, which would be anybody's real reason. But anyway, this is set number 76113, LEGO Spider-Man Bike Rescue. Now, I know that this is along with most of the sets in this wave, this is probably one of the worst, so let's just get it over with. Oh. As per usual, it comes pre-built out of the box after you snap your fingers, and there's Miles, front and center, standing completely nonchalant. Now, this set comes with 3 LEGO figs, 1 completely unnecessary vehicle, and 1 play area that is kind of pathetic. Anyway, let's get a look at the figures, and then we'll take a look at everything else. Anyway, it's starting off with the one standing front and center. We have Miles. Now, there was a 2015 set with both Miles and Carnage in it. That set being far superior compared to this one. Because, Peter wasn't in that set. It was just Miles facing Carnage. So, yeah, technically it was kind of good. Sort of shows that maybe he can hold his own in reality. This just proves that Peter's also weak and needs some kind of unnecessarily oversized vehicle to take down Carnage. I'm gonna get a lot of complaints from people telling me that, hey, this is a little kid's set, so shut your mouth. Anyway, I guess it is kind of necessary to have Miles in a new set because, well, Spider-Verse was coming out at the time and people would really want to get him, and they don't make they don't make the one LEGO set anymore. No, there's nothing really different. I guess the printing is a little different if you look closely. The pectorals are kind of a little different. They're a little much thicker looking. He doesn't have red hands anymore. There isn't really much different, actually. It's the same figure as last time. Carnage, on the other hand, is really different. Now, aside from the tendrils, which I actually really like this piece, it's from the Iron Spider... not Iron Spider, but yeah, the neck attachment is the same as the Iron Spider LEGO fig from the Infinity War wave of sets, just with a bunch of symbiote tendrils and stuff, which is actually really cool. They give you a lot of different interchangeable parts. The ones I'm not going to show because they're the same web parts throughout each Spider-Man set. But they're really cool. You have this little prison shank looking thing, and then you have this one which definitely looks like something Carnage would make. You can remove it, and it won't really hurt it in any way. It's actually still pretty decent. Now, in terms of how the figure looks now, it's pretty different. There's an camera, if you could focus, there's an orange hue added to it, and a little bit more thinner black veins, and there's a little orange hue in the back, and on the legs even. Sorry that the camera doesn't focus. It's kind of crap. But one thing that's kind of missing is that there's no arm printing, which is interesting. Well, not interesting, but it's kind of weird. The last one had arm printing, and that figure was, cool. This is just a tiny little update, which is kind of unnecessary. Now, this figure, Mr. Peter Parker himself, Spider-Man, is not... Actually, hang on. This figure isn't really horrible compared to its, He Who Shall Not Be Named, because he's been used for, thousands upon thousands of sets already. This is a nice change of pace, as there are a lot of updates to the figure. The eyes are a tad smaller, and there's a little, like, silver metallic area, a little silver metallic area in the eyes that, if the camera could focus, that when you, like, have it up against the light on any side, it looks like it's kind of expanding, like he's giving a cockeyed look, sort of, I guess. Which is kind of new, or cool. If you guys know what I'm talking about. The spider's different. It resembles more of the all-new, all-different Spider-Man symbol. The same with the symbol on the back, as it looks sort of like the sun, almost. Speaking of Spider-Man, since this was featured on my birthday bash event, which I could not review any of the sets because I was sort of late to, out of any of the figures, including Miles, these are all the certain Spider-Man figures I currently have, aside from any custom Lego figs. We have the Homecoming Spidey, the Ultimate Comics Miles Spidey, then there's the Stealth Suit, or according to a YouTuber who watched the Molten Man video and accidentally spoiled for me, the Night Monkey. I don't have a problem with that. Like, I'm just pointing that out. It's okay, dude. Then we have Street Clothes Spidey, or just Peter. And then we have Comic Book Spidey. So out of any of these figures, I'm leaning towards this one because it's more comic book and it's much of a brighter blue. But I gotta go with this one. It's just really cool. We haven't had a Peter Parker Lego fig in, like, years. Okay, I might be over-exaggerating, but it's been a long time since we have a standard Peter Parker figure. And it's just really cool. And to even have, like, the shirt opened up shows you that, yeah, it's Spider-Man. And not just some gimp off the street. Now, in terms of... Wait, no, I still need you. In terms of completely unnecessary MacGuffins, we have this thing. Let me prop out my camera. We have this thing. Now, this thing is just hilariously unnecessary. Also, this is the same Spider-Man Lego fig that was used for a Disney short known as Spider-Man Vexed by Venom. I watched it. It wasn't really horrible. I can kind of see what they were doing, but But yeah, this is just not good. The one from the Daily Bugle set from a while back was, like, probably at least more acceptable. But this is just... no. Oh, okay, never mind. You're not going to stay on. Like, there's this little bit here that goes up for some unknown reason. It's basic... oh, well, hey, there's a little thing where you could store stuff, so I guess that could be worth something. The figure can't sit down or align well with the bike. If I could get him on. Doesn't really align well with the weird little seating here unless you prop it up like that, which just looks stupid and uncomfortable. They have this weird little stud shooter, which is like a little spider thing. And this one, which does absolutely nothing except hook onto web pieces. It's just an awful looking vehicle, but the kids are gonna adore the shit out of this. I can only assume. But, like, why? Like, he doesn't even need a vehicle. I mean, sure, you guys will argue the Spider-Mobile exists, but that was for a paid promotion. And the Human Torch helped him out with that. Oh, wait, most of you guys don't even remember who the Human Torch is. But, yeah, that was just for a paid promotion. This is unnecessary. Spider-Man does not need a vehicle. He has the best mode of transportation, so why does he need a motorcycle? Anyway, moving on from that before I go full berserk. we have this thing here, which I guess is kind of cool. It's a nice little, like, laboratory sort of build. If you kind of fix that, maybe it could actually be kind of useful or something. There's a little, I like the little sticker, and apparently, according to the Lego set, this isn't Oscorp, it's Roxxon. I don't know what roxxon really is, but it's it's a part of Marvel Comics. But anyway, this is a nice little simple build. You have these things that fold up and down, and yet there's stickers. And this little thing, I like this little play feature where if you press down on this, it explodes, unless you have these web attachments closing down on it. And I like the nice little silver pieces, like actual chrome silver. But apart from that, it's really not a good set. Why does Spider-Man need a motorcycle? It's like saying Superman should have a car. But anyway, what do you guys think? I know some of you guys would probably agree with me. Some of you may not. But really, a real reason why someone would probably get this would probably be for the figures, unless someone had a habit of collecting vehicles, which I don't understand why they want this. Because why does Spider-Man need a motorcycle? Either way, yeah, it's it's not really good. The only good thing is this little play feature here, and then the Lego figs, and the updated Lego figs for Miles and Carnage. Why does Spider-Man need a motorcycle?